On April 4, 1968, civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was shot and killed on a motel balcony in Memphis, Tennessee, sparking riots across America and devastating the movement for racial equality just as it was gaining ground. Before we continue, would you mind liking this video and subscribing to our channel? Now let's discover the tragic assassination that shook the world. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had become the face of the American civil rights movement, leading peaceful protests and delivering his famous I Have a Dream speech in 1963. By 1968, he had won the Nobel Peace Prize and changed America through nonviolent resistance. In early April 1968, King traveled to Memphis to support striking African-American sanitation workers who were demanding fair wages and safe working conditions. He stayed at the Lorraine Motel, a popular lodging for black travelers during segregation. On April 4th at 6:01 p.m., King stepped onto the balcony of room 306 to get some fresh air before dinner. He was joking with friends in the parking lot below, including musician Ben Branch, asking him to play a song at that evening's rally. At that exact moment, a single shot rang out. A bullet fired from a boarding house across the street struck King in the right cheek, traveled through his neck, and severed his spinal cord. He collapsed immediately. King's companions rushed to the balcony. Ralph Abernathy cradled King's head while others frantically pointed toward the direction of the gunshot. An ambulance arrived within minutes, but King was barely alive. He was rushed to St. Joseph's Hospital, where doctors performed emergency surgery, but the damage was too severe. At 7:05 p.m., just 1 hour after being shot, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was pronounced dead at age 39. Within hours, the news spread across America. Grief turned to rage in over 100 cities as riots erupted. Buildings burned, stores were looted, and 46 people died in the violence. President Lyndon Johnson deployed federal troops to restore order. James Earl Ray, a small-time criminal and prison escapee, was identified as the shooter. He fled to Canada, then to London, where he was captured 2 months later at Heathrow Airport, trying to board a flight to Belgium. Ray pleaded guilty to avoid the death penalty and was sentenced to 99 years in prison. But he immediately recanted his confession, claiming he was framed as part of a larger conspiracy. He spent the rest of his life demanding a trial he never received. Here's what remains controversial. Ray insisted he was set up by a mysterious figure named Raoul. King's own family came to believe Ray might not have acted alone, suggesting government involvement, but no concrete evidence ever emerged. The assassination devastated the civil rights movement. King's philosophy of nonviolent resistance lost momentum as more militant voices gained influence. His death marked a turning point in American race relations. Congress passed the Civil Rights Act of 1968 just days after King's death, partly as a tribute to his legacy. The Lorraine Motel is now the National Civil Rights Museum, with room 306 preserved exactly as it was that tragic day. That's your ultimate history knowledge bomb. If this assassination that changed America moved you, smash that like button. Subscribe to 3 Min Knowledge for more pivotal moments in civil rights history.